What if I told you that 2 years ago I was writing all my code by hand? Today, 90% of my work is AI agents orchestration that writes the code for me. And this is even not the future, this is now. Sadly, I see a lot of developers are struggling with that, or they even don't know that it's possible yet. Hi, I'm Krystian Gadomski. I've been software developer for almost 20 years. That's the reason why I started this channel, because I know that there is a plenty of developers around the world that are struggling with AI tools and they don't even know where to start. But first of all, we need to identify on which level you are at currently. First level is a date when ChatGPT was released. It was over 2 years ago. It was web-based, a web application, and everyone got excited because you were able to have a nice conversation, ask to solve some puzzles, even some math, and also do some programming. Level number 2 is different because Microsoft decided to release Visual Studio Code Copilot. The first version was quite simple because the chat window was nested inside of development environment, and also autocomplete feature was a little bit more smart in comparison to versions of Visual Studio Code without it. Level 3, I would say, is much higher because it's aligned to the day when another tool was released on the market. It was a fork of Visual Studio Code, and the name of it is Cursor. Cursor brought amazing component, amazing feature, which is called Composer. There was a vibe over the internet about it, because everyone could write the code without any engineering knowledge. So that trend is currently named as vibe coding. Amazing times. Another level of experience is level number 4. Maybe I shouldn't call it level number 4, to be honest. I should call it level 3.5, because I identified very important moment on the timeline of AI tools. It was a date when Windsurf, another great tool, which is a fork of Visual Studio, was enriched with a feature that was providing code-based indexing. That indexing actually brought superpowers to the AI, because AI was able to realize how your project is structured, where files are located, where are some classes and interfaces, and search them quickly. And the last but not least level is level number 4, my favorite, because it's connected with the date when Claude Code was released. It's a very characteristic tool because it's terminal based. It doesn't look pretty and fancy, but it's really powerful. Using that tool, you can easily make use of agentic engineering. What I would say is that shift is happening on the market. We just started as typical software developers just by coding. Then we moved on to another level, which was the coding with AI assistance. And currently we stepped into era which is called agentic engineering. So we develop software in a different way using agents. Anthropic is a company which released Claude Code on the market, and the CEO said that the role of software developer will drastically change in 2026. Interesting times. Think about root causes, reasons why some people get stuck, why you are stuck. Today I will focus only on 3 of those. So first reason, habits. Imagine developer, he or she is doing his job for 5, 10, 20 years. They have habits written so deeply in their minds about writing the software, writing the code manually, that it's super difficult to get rid of it. And I was facing the same challenge too. I got really excited about AI and I was tracing all the news, all the tools that I wanted to give them a try. At the beginning, in the beginning of the day, in early morning, when my mind was fresh, it was kind of easy to focus myself on prompting, on planning with AI, and just make use of AI tools more than usual. But the day was almost done and my mind got tired. It was much more difficult to stay focused on prompting, and my mind was gently forcing myself to get back to the manual coding. And maybe this sounds funny, but I experienced that, and I believe there's plenty of people facing the same problem, or they even haven't realized that yet, because it's not so easy to change your habit in one day. It will take some time, and repetition is the key. Second root cause is kinda specific because it can depend on your environment at work, let's say. Imagine working for banks or financial institutions where the safety is a top priority and there are really strict rules about safety. So those companies, they often don't allow developers to use AI models at all because of the privacy, because of the risk of leaking data. The other is to try to learn at home. I mean, learn new things after work, apply it in action, start your private projects. Creating is fun. We became developers because we love to create. So start creating. You will find it joyful, especially when you realize how fast you can deliver really accurate software. And the last root cause that I would like to mention here is actually your closest environment. I mean, people that you work with or you're surrounded by a group of people. And if you deal with developers that don't want to learn, that don't use AI tools, that tell you that AI is actually an evil because it makes people dumb and stupid. So sorry, but probably you have to change your environment. But I have also positive information about it. One of the things that you can do about it is to be a leader of your group. So start learning, deploy your knowledge, turn it into action, and inspire others. So what we can do about it? There are two options. Both are painful, but it's choice time. Option number one, stay as you are. It means that you will stay behind and maybe you will feel comfortable in your comfort zone, use the tools that you use at work, nothing new, nothing fancy, but after a few years, you can find out that you are so behind that you can even lose your position or job. Option number two is also painful, but instead you have an option to feel a little bit uncomfortable for a while because of learning and trying new tools and new stuff. But at the end, you can become a successful person, staying up to date with the market and be valuable to the marketplace. It's choice time. Wanna change something or stay as you are? It's good to have you here. If you stay with me a little bit longer and hit the subscribe button, I can promise you that I will share all my experience with you. I will teach you how to use AI tools for developers in the most efficient way. I will also share my mistakes, my stories, and conclusions. Welcome. This is the Engineering Shift.